What is going on, Cubs fam? We are back for another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. I have got some happy news for all of you Mon Mothma owners out there that she definitely seems to have some degree of defensive viability in Grand Arena. Now, she's not necessarily going to be the kind of character that's beating Galactic Legends, so let's temper our expectations here, but she seems to be fitting kind of into that Geonosian category, somewhere around there, where she's going to be able to beat a lot of teams, and if you don't go against her with a good plan and you're not ready to handle kind of what her kit brings to the table, then you could get tripped up. And a big, huge special thanks to my man Clash DOE, who provided me with this footage. He put his team in and had some of his shard mates do some testing against it. He's got this video right here. I've got a link to it down below in the description. Be sure to go sub to Clash and say thanks for dropping us footage. He says many Bothans died to bring us this information. And so we've got 3 losses here. There's 5 tests here. First Order, Geonosians, and Night Sisters all lost against this Mon team. Now, pay attention to the gear here. We've got a gear 11 6-star Mon Mothma. Only gear 11. Her speed is pretty low. You got 3PO, you got 3PO and Chewie, C-3PO, Cara Dune at 5 stars, gear 11 in here. So it's happening now without full gear 13 teams, which I think is very notable for free-to-play players out there who want to use Mon Mothma before she is 7-star relic. And I will say something about the comps here. There's a lot of weird comps here. I'm curious to see how this would be working with more full Rebel fighters. Obviously, in this comp, we've got 3PO and Chewbacca, and also C-3PO. The reason C-3PO is here, I've already talked about this, and it's good to see this working. You'll notice a lot of exposes hit the board with C-3PO. You've got a lot of opportunity for that on basics, and so you're going to see a lot of that spread throughout the team. And now something else to call out too that you guys are going to notice here with the team is you've got we don't see that 3Bacca is a rebel fighter, but I think he's kind of a hidden rebel fighter for a couple reasons. Number one, 3Bacca is going to be able to do a lot of bonus attacking himself already, even without that rebel fighter tag. So he kind of gets that assisting anyway, and he doesn't have the damage penalty on it. And so it's almost better in some ways that he's not a rebel fighter because he's just assisting on his own kit and he doesn't get that damage penalty as a result. And so that's actually a really positive thing. But then I also want to direct you guys, I'll pause this footage here. I'll direct you guys over to his Zeta right here, which a lot of people are probably going to add if you've got a 3Bacca. And it says if they were defeated, 3PO and Chewie are revived with 50% health and protection whenever another rebel ally is revived. And so even though he's not a rebel fighter, Mon Mothma of course is going to be able to revive a single rebel fighter with her first special. If 3Bacca is dead, he will revive also. So Mon Mothma basically can create a chain reaction with 3Bacca that will revive him and another rebel, assuming another rebel is dead and 3Bacca is dead, which you will see later in the battle. And so it gets challenging with Mon Mothma, especially because you can't defeat her, right? Unless you have amazing AoE capabilities. You can't target her if she's got that Zeta. You can't defeat her, so you can't prevent those revives. And so if it's almost better to bring 3Bacca in there, because then Mon is going to revive 2 rebels, not just 1, because of 3Bacca, and all that assisting is still there. So I almost feel like 3Bacca is intentionally not a rebel fighter because he almost functions better in this team without being a rebel fighter. So this team right here in particular, a bit of a timeout team here. You've got obviously the balancing taunts between Cara Dune and K2SO. You've got the exposes from Chewie, and then here we go. From 3PO. Notable here that you've got Hux in here. He's preventing that turn meter gain. You've got Sith Trooper for DPS. I'm interested to see also how this might work with First Order Executioner instead. Maybe that would be a better way to go on this. But, you know, testing these things out, there's so many different options. You've still got mass assisting potential from Hux. I mean, this team isn't void of damage, and they're just not able to make a dent on the team. I'm going to, for sake of not boring you guys, I'm going to fast forward a bit so you can see here. But the team just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. And look at, I mean, Cara Dune's back, obviously, because of Mon Mothma's revive. And you've got a timeout. And so, first order, timeout team. Now, I mean, first order, there's going to be counters, right? I mean, maybe it's just, here you go. You don't take first order against it. But how about Bugs? I mean, Bugs are a great team. You know, this is a great Bugs team. And check this out. This is not going to work very well either. So you've got lots of assisting with the Bugs, lots of damage, lots of exposes, lots of survivability, and a team that a lot of people are using on offense as kind of a catch-all team to beat some more of these second-class teams out there, and it works pretty efficiently. I mean, you can use Bugs to beat Jedi Revan in a lot of cases. I've done that before myself. I use them against Night Sisters a lot, and so they're going to go for SWGoH first. Cara Dune's got her AoE. If you're looking at the team, you're thinking, who do I want to attack? I think 3Bacca is definitely high on the list. You're kind of forced into Cara Dune. She can revive. All right, so they got Cara Dune out of there. I think they're going to probably try to work on 3Bacca next. Obviously, they're forced on K2SO, but you can avoid that taunt pretty easily. All right, so here we go. We're going to get 3Bacca out of here. Now watch Mon Mothma. Just watch this. Remember that chain reaction revive I talked about? We're going to see it here in just a second. So Cara Dune's down. She's the rebel fighter. So Mon Mothma, once she does get a turn, she'll be able to revive that rebel fighter in Cara Dune. But because of SWGoH's Zeta, he comes back too. And so the full team's back. So they just punish you. Just punish you for attacking this team the way it's meant to attack. And it's very difficult to get all of these characters out unless you have some really strong AoE. You're going to need to have survivability. You're going to need to have heavy DPS to get through the team fast enough. If you do not have enough damage, then you're not going to get through the team. So, all right, let's go. Let's see what we got. And I'm getting chat comments that it's not the Zeta. I'm not sure what you're talking about. The Zeta, I must tell the others, I believe that is a Zeta. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong, but I believe that is a Zeta. We are recording this on Twitch. All right, now watch 3Bacca is about to. No, it's not. I'm pretty sure it is. What's his Zeta? Is his Zeta Chewie's Rage? Instead? No, you are wrong. Okay. All right. Well, I'm getting distracted during the video, so. The AoE? Oh, Chewie's Rages. Okay, so it's not even a Zeta. I stand corrected, okay? I've got it maxed out, so it doesn't tell me what the Zeta is specifically. All right, so here we go. So the Bugs are still just chipping away. You think it's a timeout. Got 2 minutes left. That's cleared. They're going to keep working on 3Bacca if they can. Got to work on K2SO. I actually really like this comp. I don't think you need C3PO in this comp for this to do as well as it's doing against Bugs. So yeah, the revive is an Omega. Interesting. So you don't even need a Zeta for it. I could have sworn it was as unique. Here we go. How? Deleted! Oh, man. So there you go. So that's just a full fail for Bugs. All right, next up, we've got Night Sisters. And this is the last battle I'm going to show the full footage on. Night Sisters are a team that you kind of expect to do well, too. Lots of survivability. They got their own revives. This is a unique comp as well, and I like to see this with a little bit more of a traditional comp because we got Wat in here. I really don't see very many people putting Wat with Mon Mothma, but Wat is in there. Wat has good synergy with L3, which is probably the logic behind that. There's the Plague. You'd think the Plague would do pretty well, but Mon Mothma, of course, does have a lot of healing, and that's going to come into effect here and kind of wipe that Plague out of there pretty quick. You see it falling off of 3Bacca already. L3 is getting pretty close. And so, anyway, you'd think that the Night Sisters would be able to beat this, but they don't. It's just like, I really feel like this is a great defensive team out there to place, probably on the back wall. It's not a premier defensive team, I don't think. It is getting beat. I'll show briefly footage of Traya beating it, and yeah, see, L3 just didn't do much on this team. I think that probably would have been better with Cara Dune in there because of the revive. But I think that it would probably be better, or you see this against Traya. And I think Trey is kind of a given counter to this because of all the assisting. The team's going to eat itself alive, and that is exactly what happens with it. But I'm thinking of other things. CLS would probably work, but that's one of those teams, like, do you really want to use CLS against this? I don't. You know, I want to save CLS for some of the more challenging teams, but CLS would, you know, he's able to ignore the taunt. You've got a lot of damage coming in from him, and so it might be able to beat it quick enough. But with this team, it really feels like you're racing against the clock to beat the team because Mon Mothma is going to revive, and I really do feel like 3Bacca in many ways is absolutely meant to go on this team and is deliberately not a Rebel fighter. The more I think about it, the more I think he works better in a lot of ways not being a Rebel fighter. So look at this. This team's just getting decimated now. Just getting decimated. Even though L3 is gone, they don't even need L3. And Mon Mothma can't target her, man. That's crazy. Can't target Mon Mothma. It's wild, my friends. It's wild. All right, they're going for zombie. See, one thing about, and boom, there you go. Chewbacca having his way. And you don't see the end of that one. And so, I guess we don't see the end of that one. All right, then we got a Sith team. This one does work. They are bringing Sith Trooper in. Normally, you're not going to want to use Sith Trooper with Traya. Frankly, you're probably not going to want to use Trey against Mon Mothma if you can help it, but you might have to, depending on what your shakeup is. But they got Sith Trooper out of there, so it's a low banner match at least. And you can see here that they are able to get there with the Annihilate. That's going to help, of course, and get the win. And then also JTR with the Viagra Han and Vet Chewie. They're going to work as well. I'm going to just zoom through this. You guys want to see the whole video, go check out Clash. I got a link to this video down in the description below so you guys can see the full footage. But I just wanted to get that out to you guys so you can have kind of an idea that this team does look like a defensive Grand Arena team at a minimum. I'm sure there's going to be some offensive capability as well, but I think it's more meant to be a defensive team for Grand Arena, and then you've got obviously the implications for light side Geonosis territory battles. So hope the footage is helpful for you, my friends. If you guys enjoy the video, drop a like, go sub to Clash. Thank you to him again for leaving the footage for us, and be sure to check out his video and like that as well. All right, everyone, I'm out. See you guys later.